Tom?
Just say Tom.
Okay. All right, we are live. Welcome YouTube, welcome Facebook. I think I'm on two YouTube channels, my personal one in Federal Prison Talk and Facebook. And today, me and my friend Tom, who I have done federal prison time with, he's been on several videos that I've done. We are launching our federal pretrial services video. Yes, we are actually going to start helping people professionally now. For 2 years, guys, I've done over 300 videos. I've probably had 500 phone calls from people in the federal justice system, everywhere from getting indicted to getting sentenced. And they have hundreds of questions that their lawyer doesn't seem to know the answers to. And if you guys have been researching YouTube because you are facing federal prison, you've probably run across several channels about guys that are out there trying to help you and charge you $10,000 and all that. We're not all about that, guys. But we do want to help you, and we have some services available. And today we are going to try to answer all your questions. We are going to start with from start to finish, from when you get indicted to the day you get sentenced to when you go to prison, and what happens when you get there, and what happens when you get out. And we want to cover the whole spectrum. We don't want to just help you until you get sentenced. We want to help you after you go to prison, while you're in prison, and everything from start to finish. So I'm going to introduce my friend Tom. Tom, say hello. Let everybody know who you are or what you're about and what we can do for people today.
Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. We understand that we're part of a very special elite group of people who have had to deal with what I call the jaws of the alligator, the federal criminal prison system. And it's a tough process. Some of us are in different phases of it. Some of us are just beginning. Some of us are in pre-sentencing. Some of us have been sentenced. Some of us are getting ready to report self-surrender, and some of us are communicating with us when they're actually behind the fence, behind the wall. And then some of us have been fortunate enough to get through the system and get out. And so we have a depth of knowledge of the entire process. Sean has been doing an outstanding job developing a network of people throughout the country, but now it's expanded to several other countries. And so we have quite a following of people. And the result of that is that we get a lot of good information. We got some great questions that help people understand the process. And so it's a real camaraderie of people who are just trying to look out for each other and help people to kind of figure out how do you make the best out of this mess that we got ourselves into.
Thank you, Tom. And, me and Tom became friends while we were in prison. We were in the minimum security. And I get to see Tom in person. Tom's the reason why I moved to Albuquerque, guys. He got me the job with Wings for Life. He had my boss watch my YouTube videos. One thing led to another, and I got a job offer. She called my probation and worked everything out, and here I am, guys. So Tom lives about an hour drive from me, but we see each other all the time, guys. And he's been on several of my videos. And Tom's kind of the business side of it. I'm kind of the voice, the guy who's kind of, people tell me that I got a realism about me. I'm not some snake oil salesman. I'm not the guy, I've had 500 calls, guys, at least. And Vladimir, I'm not going to say his last name or anything. Him and his mother are getting sentenced tomorrow. He's supposed to call in live. He's going to be in the chat room and all that. And he's getting sentenced tomorrow, guys. He's looking at 2 or 3 years. His mother's looking at double that sentence. And he was so worried he's not going to be able to self-surrender. His lawyer finally told him today that he will 100% self-surrender. I've been telling him that for months because I know. There's a lot of things I know. There's a lot of things I don't know, guys. And I never want to give legal advice. All I can give is my experiences and other people's experiences that I've done time with and talked to. But, so we're here to help. Today, guys, if you want to call in live, if you have some federal pretrial questions and you're getting ready to get sentenced, call in live. The number's on the screen there. It's my Google Voice number, and you don't have to say your name. Just say John Doe, whatever. We want to answer your questions. let me check on the comments here. Let me see. I got Genghis in the room. So Genghis has a prison channel, guys. It's called Genghis Oyster Sauce. I know it's a funny name, but go check out Genghis. Just type in Genghis in the YouTube search. And then we have Wesley Mitchell, and he's another fan. And Wes, I forget, you've got a channel, right? I think he does. But he's one of my regulars. So since I've been doing these videos, guys, for, I don't know, 2 years now, I've hooked up with a whole bunch of other prison channels. And I've even got some shows. There's 10 of us talking all on one screen. And we're going to do some more of those in the future. But, you know, I've reached out, not just to my audience, but to other YouTube creators. And together we're kind of united. We're all the young YouTube up-and-coming channels. But everybody that I'm in touch with has served some time in a jail, in a prison, but we've turned our life around. We want to go forward. We want to make our life better. We want to help you make your life better. And if you have any questions about prison or jail or anything like that, we're here to answer those. But anything you really want to talk about, that's also always welcome. So anyways, Tom, maybe we should start with indictment. Tom, you might be the guy to explain indictment to people. You want to go with indictment? We'll start with that. That's kind of the first thing that happens. Well, actually, you get your house raided or your office raided or a target letter, and you kind of know that you're doing something wrong, and all of a sudden the feds show up. Maybe we should go there before you get indicted, Tom. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start, Sean. Obviously, you know what you're doing, and you know that you're on the edge. It's a choice we make. It's sometimes not the best choice, but the circumstances dictate that we go down that road. We sort of get close to the edge, sometimes over the edge. And, you know, it's a system where you think you can get away with just about anything. Whatever got you into trouble, there's 100, maybe 1,000 things that can get you into trouble. But you all kind of know that maybe you're over that edge a little bit, and that there's a little risk involved with what you're doing. Mine started obviously with a target letter, which shocked the hell out of me.
Yeah, I haven't heard of target letters for the last year. Can you explain those target letters, Tom?
Yeah, it's a letter you get from the U.S. attorney, and the letter basically says we are investigating activities that are going on, and you are a target of that investigation.
So when you see that letter, do you think this is somebody trying to scam you, some enemy? Do you think it's real? Do you freak out? What happens when you get this letter? It comes in the mail and with like a stamp from the government or something. Does it look like a real letter, or does it look like scamish, or what?
No, there's nobody scamming on a target letter. I don't think there's anyone that would scam on that. It scares the hell out of you. You just sit there and read it over and over and over again, wondering what the hell is going on. I mean, you know, none of us are that naive or foolish to not know that we're doing something that could cause some questions. But the reality of getting that target letter is just a real shocker. And I called, I right away called the U.S. attorney.
So there's a number. They give you a number to call.
Yeah. I called right away and said, "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" And they offered to let me come in and meet with them, and they would explain it to me. So I went in and spent about 2 hours.
When they say that, God, that's got to be scary. When you call that number and it's actually a real government office, yeah, that's your heart's just got to drop, huh?
Well, to some degree, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And so I wanted to go explain and hear what they were investigating and why I was on that list, because I didn't think I should be on that list, but they didn't take me off the list.
I felt the same way, Tom. I did nothing wrong. I'll fight this tooth and nail. Don't they know who I think I am? How dare they come after me? Oh, yeah, that's how we are in the beginning, right, Tom? Denial.
And then the torture starts because nothing happens. And so you're sitting there for years. Literally, I sat there for 2 years and almost nothing happened.
Before you got indicted, it was a couple of years?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I'd been told that it was gone away and that there was no issue to worry about. So ignore it, it'll
go away. That's always a great answer. Tom, at this point, do you think your phone's being tapped? Do you think they're monitoring your computer? Do you think you're being watched? Are I mean, what's going through your mind day to day? You think they're
Well, the
watching you?
paranoia sets in, and you
Yeah, the
think all
paranoia.
that.
That's what I want to get on. That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
mean, what you
I
need
know
to
they
do
were
right
watching
then.
me. Yeah, they were watching me. They were watching my house. They were listening to my phone calls, recording it, watching any internet action I did, all that paranoia. So, did you have the same experience?
Yeah, you get paranoid. You know what they're doing is out there building a case, gathering evidence, and interviewing everyone possibly involved to see whether they can, put together a case that they can take to the grand jury to get an indictment. So they're
So
working.
the
They work
paranoia
very.
is real. Yeah. So the paranoia is real. You're not imagining it. They are watching you.
They're investigating you, and I mean, I think you should be more proactive than I was. I sat back foolishly thinking, no, nothing's going to happen. But in the back of my head, I always worried that something was going to happen, or I always wondered when would it happen. And so you just spend a miserable 2 years. Uh,
Yeah.
I think if I could have gotten an attorney and sat down with them early, I might have made a better situation out of it. I don't think hiding from them or not talking to them is the best approach. Your attorney is going to tell you to never talk to them,
Right.
and that's good advice. But that doesn't mean your attorney can't talk to them and
Yeah.
and try to resolve some issues or to clarify some issues. So the problem with an attorney is they're just so expensive.
Well, they're expensive,
No.
and as I've had like over 500 phone calls from, and I'm gonna say those 500 people all had a different attorney. They claim they have federal experience, and their attorneys are just not helping them out. They're not answering their questions. They don't know how the federal system works. Yeah, they may have had federal experience, but maybe a guy who robbed the federal bank or a guy who brought drugs across the state line, a guy who's going to go to the penitentiary. A lot of these attorneys do not have experience in a white collar or a nonviolent crime. They don't know about self-surrendering. They don't know about classifying you for your custody level to tell you if you're going to a camp or a low. They don't know about self-surrender. I've had clients tell me their attorney said there is no such thing as a camp. Camps do not exist. Self-surrender, that's a joke. There's no such thing. All these questions. But while you're on pretrial, you're out. A lot of these attorneys don't even know what pretrial really is all about. Now, in my experience, the government-appointed lawyers, even the government public defender's office for the government of the United States, those guys know what's going on. Now, you may not always get a good one, but he's going to probably work just as hard as a paid attorney will, in my experience. I would say save that 80 grand and give that to your family instead of hiring an outside attorney. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't want to give you, bad legal advice. I don't want to give you legal advice, period. Tom, what do you think about somebody when they're going to hire attorneys? Should they stick with a court-appointed one, or should they go find a federal attorney who claims he has federal experience?
Well, you're right, Sean. You want to find a specialist who is practicing law in the specific arena of your potential charge, who has experience in the federal court. Experience, there are a lot of attorneys out there who do a lot of wonderful legal work, but you want a specialist at this point, someone who has a personal rapport with the U.S. attorney or the DA if it's a state charge.
Tom, let me stop you there. A personal rapport, because that's their hustle. These, there's lawyer jokes, and all these lawyer jokes, they're not just jokes because they're funny. They're actually jokes because of real experiences. These lawyers have a hustle. I know the prosecution. I know the district attorney. The judge is my daughter's fiance's boyfriend's cousin, second removed from blah, blah, blah. Basically, they all go to the same bar at night and they buy each other rounds of drinks and they talk about you. because I've been a bartender at a golf course where all these attorneys and judges and, DAs and prosecutors all came in, and I heard their conversations for years. This is before I got in any trouble, and we're just numbers to them. But that's their hustle. I know I've been working with the public defender's office. I mean, I've been working with the district attorney. I know the prosecutor. They all say that, Tom. You find me one lawyer that says, I don't know anybody in the judicial system. Find me a lawyer that says that. That's the one you want to hire.
Well, you're exactly right. But they have to have a relationship with the DA and the U.S. attorney to be effective.
Well,
now,
of course, they show up to court every day. They're
involved.
going to see those. They show up to court. They're going to see these guys. But that doesn't do me any good. That's great that your daughter's dating the prosecutor's niece or whatever. Good for you. How does that help me?
Here's how I might approach it now that I'm a little smarter, a little wiser after, giving up 10 years of my life. I think I would go to the court and I would watch some of these attorneys in advance actually represent other defendants and see if I feel like they are an aggressive professional attorney. And that would also give you a chance in the hallway to maybe introduce yourself and talk to them casually off the record and without retaining them. And
Vladimir's calling in. Let me answer. Vladimir, how are you doing, sir? Hello?
Hello?
Hi. Tom, can you hear him okay?
Yes, I can hear him fine. Hi, Vladimir.
All right. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. We don't want to say your last name because this man is getting sentenced tomorrow, guys. So, and I've been working with him the last couple months, and so is Tom. How are you doing, my friend? You're going to get sentenced tomorrow morning.
At 3 o'clock daytime.
Okay, 3 o'clock. So, I mean, that's a couple extra hours for you to be. I mean, what's this feeling like getting sentenced tomorrow? What is this feeling like, man?
Well, okay, so the feeling, it's a two-sided feeling. The first side is I'm relieved that it's finally here.
Right.
It's been coming. I've been anticipating this day for so long that I'm kind of relieved that it finally got here. But the second side of it is that I'm a little bit scared. I'm going to be honest. So I'm a little bit scared of what's going to happen.
Sure. I bet you are, man. Yeah, I'll bet you really are. So we kind of went over what you're going to say to the judge tomorrow. Can you kind of, and you wrote down a lot of notes and stuff. Are you ready to talk to that judge, or are you going to have your lawyer talk for you?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not memorized everything yet, but every hour of the day I'm reading what I wrote down and I'm trying to memorize. And I'm just hoping that I'll do a good job tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah. No, I hope you do too. I really do. So maybe, do you think, since you're kind of live on the show right now, but nobody knows who you are, how do you feel about pretending that you're getting sentenced right now and tell us what you're going to say to the judge? You want to practice that right now?
Just say what I remember.
Yeah.
So should I read from my notes?
We could try that first, and then I want to hear you without the notes.
Okay, let me read. Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you bet. So this is kind of important, guys. When you're getting sentenced, talking to the judge, this is the last time actually the first time the judge is ever going to hear who you are. The judge has been reading about you. There's a pre-sentence report that's about 30 pages long. Your lawyer has talked about you. The prosecution put their report in. Probation's put their report in. All these people have talked about you, but the judge has not heard from you. And he's going to give you 5, or she's going to give you 5 or 10 minutes to state your case. And why should you get a better sentence? You've already pled guilty, so this is not the time to, get a, you're not getting an Emmy, you're not getting a Grammy. You've got nothing coming. On sentencing day, you guys, you have nothing coming at all. So, and the judge sentences people all week long. What's going to make you, whatever you say, different from the 17 guys that he just sentenced yesterday? What is going to open up this judge's mind to realize maybe I don't need to be so hard on this person? Because in the federal system, a judge can't give you downward departure. A judge can go below the guidelines. But if you say the wrong thing, the judge can also go above the guidelines. In the federal courts, they have this power. In the state courts, it's usually all said and done. It's a done deal. You know, your lawyer bought drinks for the prosecutor the night before, and everybody knows you're getting 2 years. Not in the federal system, guys. Not in the federal system. So, are you there?
Yeah, I'm ready, Sean.
All right, so let's hear what you've written down, and then after that, I want to hear you speak from the heart.
All right, I'm gonna try my best. So this is what I've written down. I'm gonna say, Your Honor, hello, I'm scared, Your Honor, and I'm here today to get what I deserve. And I just want to ask if you can stay in the guidelines. Your Honor, I've been on pretrial for 1.5 years. I did violate one time when I drove a truck across state lines without permission from my job. And I don't want to hide anything from you, Your Honor. Since that violation, I've done everything right. I realized I have to go to prison. I have no excuse for my crimes. And I do have an alcohol problem. And I want to enroll in 3 programs that are available. Drug education program, non-residential RDAP, and the regular RDAP. And I want to do as many AA meetings as I can get in prison. Hopefully I have a lot of years in my life. I want to leave. I want to learn from this mistake and move forward. I would like to ask for a chance to self-surrender. I have some affairs that I would like to get in order. That's what I wrote down.
So, Vladimir, now that all sounds great for a letter. Tom, I want to hear what you think. And then after this, we're going to hear you speak without the letter in your hand. But, Tom, what do you think so far?
Oh, I think it's a good foundation, Vladimir. I think you want to try to make it as personal as you can and speak from the heart. I think she needs to see that you are definitely accepting responsibility for what you did. I think she wants to hear that a couple of times, that I totally accept responsibility for what I did, Your Honor. And I understand that this is something that I have to do. I just want to make the best of it. And I'm asking you, Your Honor, to give me every possible due consideration you can give me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to kind of get it through me and memorize what I wrote down. So, I don't know. For now, it's not that easy. I just, when I start talking from my heart, I start saying, I'm not exactly saying what I want to say. Maybe I'm kind of messing up a little bit. But I'm going to try to. I
want you to mess up. I want you to mess up. You know why? Because then that's real. That's real. If you go in there like an actor and you've rehearsed your script and you know your lines, the judge is going to know that. So you want to mess up. You want to be scared, and you want to you want to get stuck on stupid for a minute. That tells the judge you're sincere. Does that make sense?
Right.
Tom, do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. You got to speak from the heart for most of that presentation to the judge. You just have to take a breath and trust God and trust your subconscious and talk what your heart is feeling.
Now tomorrow your mother's getting sentenced. I don't know who's getting sentenced first, you or her. But do you have a grandmother or a grand? Do you have a grandmother?
Sentenced in the same time in the same courtroom.
Who's going first?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't even know. Yeah, they probably wouldn't tell you. Do you have a grandmother or a grandfather?
Yeah, I have both. Yeah.
So here's what I want you to do. When you're talking to the judge, it's a woman judge, right?
Yeah, it's a female.
You're talking to your grandmother. So you have to explain to your grandmother. The whole family knows everything you've done, but now grandma hasn't heard from you. Grandma's heard it from, all the family's everybody's on the phone and they're all talking about you. But now you got to go before grandma and you got to say, Grandma, you heard what I did, right? Yeah, I did it, Grandma. I'm guilty. I did all these things, Grandma. And I'm so sorry I did, Grandma. I'm sorry I let you down, grandmother. And, you got to talk to your grandmother and you got to ask for, can I still be a member of the family, Grandma? Listen, I want to change everything. I want to turn my life around, Grandma. I'm scared, right? When you're talking to the judge, you're talking to your grandmother hopefully you love your grandmother and she loves you.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Okay. She raised me. My grandmother, she raised me.
Perfect. So that's who you're really talking to because you're going to go to prison. No matter what, you're going to prison tomorrow. But when you get out of prison, is grandmother going to be there for you? Is grandmother going to forgive you? Is grandmother going to ban you from the family? Is she going to welcome you back? Because how do you do that? You change the way you've been living. And how do you convince grandma you've changed the way you've been living? How do you convince grandma to keep you in the family? This is the judge you're talking to, Mark. Does any of this, am I getting through to you?
Yeah, a little bit.
So kind of look at it like that. Picture your grandmother behind that when you're talking to the judge, because you don't want to. You still want to be a member of the family when you get out of prison, right?
Of course.
So how are you going to accomplish that? What are you going to do to make changes in your life so that the family's going to welcome you back? Because they don't want this guy. They don't want some.
There's a lot of things I want to change. Honestly.
Tell me that. Let's go with that. Go with that. Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, there's, obviously I don't want to go back to committing any more crimes.
Everybody says that. Blah, blah, blah. Tell me more. Everybody says, I'm going to be a little hard on you right now. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody says that. Convince me, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some tough love right now. So convince me. Everybody says that.
Right. Well, I want to quit drinking alcohol. That's
okay. Right there. Let's stop you. You want to quit? Why haven't you quit now? You're going to prison soon. Why haven't you quit now? I'm gonna give you tough love here, man. I'm the judge.
Right. No, I already quit drinking, but I don't want to start drinking again.
Okay, so what are you going to do to change that? Any programs you're going to take in prison? I mean, I know you listed all this.
Definitely. I'm going to take the RDAP, the non-residential RDAP program, the drug education program.
All right.
I'm going to take AA meetings, as many as I can.
So how are you going to take these AA meetings? Explain. What are you going to do when you get to prison? Are you going to ask the warden for an AA meeting? You're going to talk to the guys that live next door to you? How are you going to find an AA meeting?
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you tough love. Yeah. How do you do that?
I'm gonna find AA meetings when I get to prison.
So let me just give you a little hint. You want to open up your mouth and ask for help. Who do you ask for help for? Anybody you talk to in prison. And you know what that's also gonna do? All the bad guys in prison, because there's a lot of bad guys in prison. You ask them, hey, I need some help with my alcohol problem. Are there any AA meetings going on in this camp? They're going to back off. The ones that are bad guys, they don't even want to talk to you. You've gotten rid of them. Now, you're going to run into some good guys. I go to AA on Thursdays. I'd love to have you come. You want to find that guy. And this is what you want to tell the judge. Am I getting through to you?
Okay, yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to ask for what?
I'm going to ask for help.
And who are you going to ask for help for? Who are you going to ask the help to? I mean, who are you going to find to ask? You're going to ask anybody you can, right?
Yeah, I'm going to ask my fellow inmates. the good ones, the ones that that can point me in the right direction.
Okay, great. And some of the guards might help you too, and you can ask anybody. But you want to make a conscious effort to let everybody know that you're there to help yourself. You want to let all the inmates know that Vladimir is there to change his life while he's in prison. He doesn't want to know where the cell phones are. He doesn't want to buy a bottle of Jack Daniels off the Pisa down on row 3 and tell her Unit 1. No, he wants to find out where an AA meeting is because he doesn't want to go back to prison. And that's going to push all the bad guys out of your way. But you got to stand up for yourself, and you got to let people know that you're serious and you want to change. So this is the kind of things you need to tell that judge that you're going to do when you get in prison. Am I making sense?
Right. So she's going to ask me that?
No, you're going to tell her that. She's not going to ask you she's not going to ask you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do on your first day of prison?
Right.
First day of prison, you're going to ask, where is an AA meeting? That's the first thing you want to do on the very first day of prison. You want to find out where the help is. And that's what you tell the judge. My first day there, Your Honor, I'm going to ask everybody I come in contact with where an AA meeting is. Now, do I sound convincing compared to how you said it? Who are you going to believe, me or what you just said? I'm going to go to AA meetings. No, Your Honor, when I get there, my first day, I'm going to ask everybody where an AA meeting is, and I'm going to find it, and I'm going to go to it. Who you see where I'm?
Yeah, no, you definitely sound more convincing than I do.
Okay, but you can do that too. Let me hear you say it. I want to hear it from you now. It's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So when I'm gonna be speaking to the judge, and I'm gonna tell her that I have an alcohol problem, I'm gonna tell her, Your Honor, I want to get as many AA meetings as I can in prison.
Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Tough love. Start again. Try it again. Start over.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell the judge, Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem, and I want to get as much help as I can.
Blah 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 blah. I'm not convinced. Try it again. I'm giving you tough love.
So I'm gonna.
Here, I'll give you a hint. Here's what you say, Your Honor. I have an alcohol problem. I've had it for a long time. When I get to prison, the first day I get there, Your Honor, I'm going to ask everybody I come in contact with, where is an AA meeting? Because I want help, Your Honor. And when I find out where that AA meeting is, I'm going to show up for every goddamn meeting. Let me hear you say it like that.
Okay. Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem, and I really need help.
I don't believe you. Try it again.
Okay, Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem, and I want to get help for it.
I still don't believe you. Try it again.
Okay. Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem, and when I get to prison, I want to find help from as many people as possible so I can go to all the AA meetings that I can find.
That's better. That's better. Let me tell you again. Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem. I've been struggling with it all my life. That's part of the reason I'm here in front of you today. I want you to stop drinking so bad, Your Honor. When I get to prison, I'm going to ask everybody I find where an AA meeting is because I know the prisons have it. And when I find it, I'm going to show up at every AA meeting I can. I'm going to find the guys in there. I'm going to build a support group, and I'm going to change, Your Honor. Let me hear you say that.
Okay. Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem, and I really want to change. When I get to prison, I want to find as many guys as possible who can help me find AA meetings. And I really want to quit drinking because I've been drinking most of my adulthood life, and I want to stop it because that's what's been getting me into all this trouble. That's one of the reasons why I'm in this trouble. Much
better. Much better. You got to work on that.
Better, but I know, for me, it's a little hard to open up, in front of, when I'm going to be in the courtroom.
This is the most important day of your life. What do you mean you can't open up? This is the most important day of your life. You're getting sentenced to federal prison tomorrow. What do you mean you can't open up on the most important day of your life? It's now or never.
No,
you're not going to get a second chance to talk to that judge.
I can open open up. It's just the way the way I should open up. I get it. I get what you're trying to tell me.
And I'm just giving you the tough love. Yeah.
I shouldn't just be sitting here like, I memorized some words. I should be honest about it. But for me, it's really hard, just, I'm afraid. I'm afraid if I'm going to say something wrong. I'm afraid if she's not going to listen to me,
She's going to listen to you. You've got the floor. She's listening. She's listening. This is the only time she's going to listen to you.
I just got to make it believable.
And that's why I'm trying to give you the tough love. Now, you may not be like me, all waving your hands, Your Honor. Look, I swear to God, I want to stop drinking. I'm going to find AA meetings. I'm going to go, 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 go. You don't have to put that much energy into it, but you got to talk from the heart. And maybe you do it softly. Your Honor, I've struggled with alcohol all my life. I'm tired of it. I'm going to prison. I'm going to find the AA meetings. I'm going to ask everyone I can, Your Honor. I'm going to make it. I'm going to change my life. I know I got to go to prison, Your Honor. I just want a fair sentence. See, now I'm not screaming, am I? I'm talking, right? You can go that approach. You don't have to be all, but I'm just trying to give you.
I kind of like that approach. Let me try doing it.
Try that way.
Okay. Your Honor, I have an alcohol problem. I had it for many years. I really want to change. I want to change myself. I know I'm going to prison, and I really. No, wait.
I like that. And I like the fact that you stopped. You got stopped. I love it. Keep going. I love this. You're there. You're there.
And I know that I'm going to prison, and I just, I accept responsibility for my crime, and I just want to get help. That's it. When I get there, I want to find as many AA meetings as possible. I want to be able to change my life, and that's it. What else am I going to say?
Thank you. I think I reached Tom. I think we got through to him. Tom, let's hear what you said. I think you got it, man.
Yeah, I think Vladimir, you're starting to get the drift of how you have to sincerely communicate with the judge from your heart. And Sean's right. You can't be shy tomorrow. This is your one chance to show the judge that alcohol has been a problem for you for most of your life, and it has led you to make decisions that have resulted in you being in court today, that you are going to immediately do everything you can to never have the urge again to drink. And you're going to use prison as an opportunity to instill that in your soul. And it's just got to be, you got to look her in the eye. You can't stutter too much. I mean, if you get jammed up, just take a step back and then go back in with the discussion from the heart. It's your one chance to show her that you are a real person, and she needs to feel your emotion.
I agree. And you, in the last 10 minutes, I think you made a lot of progress. I think I'm getting through to you. This is the most important day of your life. You're never going to forget what happens tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. September the 7th, I'm going to remember this day for a very long time.
Yes. I want to say hi to TJ, doing time with Big Weavy and Sparky. And who else is in the room? Wesley, and there was Billy and Genghis. All you guys, thanks for tuning in. We're trying to help the man on the phone. He's getting sentenced tomorrow afternoon, guys. So if you have any advice for him what to say to that judge, he's going to get 5 or 10 minutes to tell us his whole life story, why the judge, should give him a fair sentence. So let's take it from the top, and let's talk from the heart, put the script away, and it's sentencing time right now. So let's hear what you got to say to the judge. And I think you got it. But the more you practice like we're doing right now, the better you're going to be in court tomorrow, because now you've gotten it all, you've gotten all the jitters. Let's hear what you got to say.
So you want me to start from the beginning?
Start from the beginning, because this is the most important day of the rest of your life. It's the most important day. You're getting sentenced to prison tomorrow. What? Yeah. I mean, that's bigger than getting married. That's, you know what I mean? The only other important the only other day that's probably going to be more memorable is your funeral, and you won't be there for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's a very scary but a big day.
Sparky, I want to thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sparky just sent me a $10 super chat. Thank you. And Benny is in the room. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's take it from the top. The judges just read all your charges, everything you're going to get sentenced for. I know your guidelines. The prosecutor has spoken. The district attorney has spoken. The probation has spoken. Your pretrial officer has just stated their report. The judge is going to say, in your final words, sir, here we go.
Yes. Hi, Your Honor. I just want to say that I am really scared, and I really don't know what to say, but I am going to try to say something.
That's it. You got it. You got it. Go on.
Yeah. I am guilty of this crime that I committed. And I just want to say that I accept being guilty for this crime. I accept it. And oh shit, man.
No, you're doing great. I love the fact that you're stuttering. That's real. That's from the heart. Keep going. Keep going. You got it, man. You got this.
Yeah, and I'm here to get what I deserve. I accept that, and I just want to ask you, Your Honor, if you could stay in the guide. No, I think that's wrong. I should have said that.
That's okay. Keep saying that. That's fine. This is real stuff.
No. Look, let me just start over.
Okay, that's fine. Let's do it again. And Benny, yes, you can call in next after him, Benny, and we'll talk to you. I see you out there, Benny.
Yeah, let me try one more time. I think I got it this time. Okay. Hi, Your Honor. I really don't know what to say. I'm really scared, but I'm going to try my best to say something. I accept that I am guilty for this crime, and I deserve to get sentenced for this crime. All I'm asking is for you to stay in the guidelines, Your Honor, please. Since I've been on pretrial, I violated one time when I drove my truck across state lines. It was for my job. And I'm really sorry about that, without asking for permission. I'm really sorry about that.
You're doing great. I can hear the fear in your voice, and I love that, because that's what the judge wants. You're talking from the heart right now, okay? It doesn't have to sound perfect. You're not in a Hollywood movie. You're in a courtroom, and nobody's watching except your family, whoever's there. Nobody's seeing this except you, God, and the judge, and the people in the court. You're doing great, man.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I love this. Is real.
Okay. So I just want to ask. Your Honor, I just want to ask Your Honor for help. Really, I had an alcohol problem for most of my adult life. And I really want to get help for it. When I get to prison, I want to find people who can help me with AA meetings. I want to do as many AA meetings as possible. And I would also like to enroll in different programs. The drug education program, the non-residential RDAP, and the residential RDAP program. Again, Your Honor, I am guilty. I accept it, and I'm not asking for nothing. I'm not asking for any. No, wait, that's wrong. I am.
No, you're great. No, keep going. You've got this.
Okay. I'm not asking for you to forgive me, but I do want a second chance. I'm still young. I have a whole life ahead of me, and I want to learn from this mistake that I committed. I want to learn from this mistake. So please, Your Honor, if you could find it somewhere in your heart to have mercy on me. No, that's wrong. I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna say that.
That's okay.
No.
That's okay. You're doing so much better today.
Now the judges get. No, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say, Your Honor, and I want to also ask you if you can please let me self-surrender, so I can get my things in order. I mean, I don't know, man. It's like it was good at the beginning, but by the end, I just don't know what to say.
You come so far since a few days ago when we rehearsed. You've come so far. That's great, man. And the way you stop.
It's definitely better than it was a few days ago.
No,
I agree with you.
And I like hearing the fear in your voice. I like hearing that you're stopping in Your Honor, and because that's coming from the heart. That's what happens when your heart talks. Okay, it's not a rehearse. It's not a script that you learn in a movie for your movie lines. That's what happens when you speak from the heart. You stop, and you're doing it, man. You're doing it.
Right.
Yes. I'm so glad you called
Sean.
in tonight because you come a long way since. So me and Vladimir practiced on Zoom the other day, and you've come so far, man. Tom, what do you think? Have you in the last 20 minutes? Has he?
Well, Vladimir, I wish you and your mother the best of luck tomorrow. If you get up in the morning and say a little prayer, have a little faith that God and Jesus and Mary are going to walk you through this process, and you're going to come out stronger. You're going to look back at this as an opportunity to really reinvent your life. There's a lot of benefits for what you're going through in terms of giving you that opportunity to reconstruct your life the way you really
Tom,
want it
I'm
to
going
be.
to be honest with you, man. Not just alcohol is my problem, but I also have a drug problem. But I never said that on pre-trial. But I have a severe drug problem. And
you may want to tell the judge that because you're going to take the RDAP, but you don't really have to because the alcohol's enough. You never really want to volunteer information, but you're going to you're going to get help for that while you're in prison.
I have a real drug problem. Like, I need help. Like, I seriously need to get into, like, if I wasn't going to prison right now, I would have gotten into rehabilitation, detox, something.
And you did tell me that. And you told me that in confidence on the phone, so I do believe you. Because I do know that you want the help. I do know you want the help.
Sean, believe me, it's so bad. I stopped it by now, but I'm feeling sick every day now.
Yeah. I think you've come a long way in the short time we've been talking. I wish I could have worked with you months ago. But even months ago, things change over time. And it's actually maybe a good thing this last week that we really worked on this. I do know there's TJ in the room, and he got sentenced earlier this year. And TJ, I'm going to put up the number. And that was Benny, if you want to call on the phone too. And we'll coach you guys through all this stuff. And TJ, maybe you could tell us on the phone your experiences when you got sentenced, and that'll help out some other people that are listening. And then she says, does RDAP apply to him? Yes, it does, Benny. It's in his pre-sentence report. It's written down. It's paperwork. He should get into RDAP, no problem. I've been working with him. Benny, how about you? I'm thinking, Benny, you're about to get sentenced too. I'm kind of guessing. Let me put up the number here. And so anybody wants to call in live. So if you guys want to call in live right now. So that's the
Sean, why don't you
there.
answer that question while you're doing that about the Terminal Island your experience with Terminal Island.
Okay, but
I know
let me say goodbye to Vladimir. I don't. Is there any more things we can help you with right now? I want to hear that phone call from you tomorrow after court. That you're going to tell me you got self-surrendered. You're going to tell me you got a great outcome on your sentence. I can't wait to answer the phone tomorrow.
Sean,
I'm going to stop when you call me tomorrow. I don't care what I'm doing at work. I'm going to answer your phone call, man.
I appreciate it, Sean. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long the court is going to take, but it starts at 3 o'clock. So I'm guessing around 5 o'clock it's going to end.
Okay. All right. And I can't wait to get that phone call.
I'll definitely let you know. And yeah, man, I'm just going to rehearse right now. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to start rehearsing my family.
Yeah. Yeah. You've come a long way. I think you're ready to talk to that judge. And like I said, it's okay to stop and Your Honor, can I start again? And whatever you need to say, because you're talking from the heart. And that's what's going to make the judge pay attention to what you say. Because the judge is going to say, this man's speaking from the heart, and this is real stuff coming out of this man's mouth, and she's actually going to listen. You don't want to go in there with a rehearsed speech. The judge hears that all week long. What you just told us, that everybody here in the audience is listening to you. And I think I can speak for everyone else that we did hear you speak from the heart. What do you guys think out there? Let me ask the audience, did you hear him speak from the heart or not, guys? Let us know in the comments. All right, so I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try to get some other people on the phone here. But, you know, you got my number, and I can't wait to hear from you tomorrow, okay?
Yep, definitely.
All right, and stay on, watch the show, because I want TJ to come on, and he can tell you he just got sentenced recently. And he can tell you his. If TJ, are you willing to come on the phone? That would be great. All right, I'm going to let you go, okay?
All right, Sean. Thank you. And Tom also. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good luck, Vladimir. God bless.
The line is open for Benny if you want to call, or TJ. Any of you guys want to call? The line is open. It's by Google Voice. You can come on. So, TJ, if you'd like to talk about your sentencing day, or Benny, we want to help you. So, come on, give us a call, guys. And we got Jordan is in the room, and he agreed. Yes, Jordan agreed. Let me ask you guys, did you agree? Did you hear him speak from the heart, guys? Or was he faking it? Was it a script? What do you guys think? And Tom, what about Terminal Island now?
Yeah, one of our guests that's listening in is trying to figure out where he's going to be sentenced, and he was just wanting some background on Terminal Island. What you know about that, Sean? I know you know
he's actually calling in. The guy you're speaking right now, he's calling in. Well, I just lost him. Can you try again? I didn't. Ben, I caught your number, but I didn't click the button in time. Can you try one more time? That was him, the Terminal Island. Hopefully he calls right back. Here goes. Let me get it. Hello, you are on Federal Prison Talk. How are we doing tonight?
Doing very well. How are you?
We're good. We were just talking about you in Terminal Island. We don't want to say who you are or what your crime was because we want to protect you, but anything else we can do to help you along the way. So what is going on? What can you tell people? What can't you tell? You're getting ready to get sentenced. Am I correct?
Yes, but my sentence is different because I have a C plea. I don't know if your listeners know what a C plea is.
A what now?
A C plea. A C.
See, I don't know, Tom. Do you know what that is?
Well, I can explain it if you like.
Okay.
Okay. A C plea is it almost never happens. Is where your attorney makes a deal with. There's a background noise. I don't know what that is.
Now there's another person calling in. That's TJ. TJ, I've got somebody else. You're going to be next, TJ. I'm sorry. Okay. Or are you both on the phone? Okay, I'm going to put connect. Are you still there, Ben? Hello? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Let me see. Ben, are you there? Hello? Hello, are you there? Hello, Ben? Uh-oh. Because two people called in at once. Hello, are you there, Ben? I should have ignored the first call. So, guys, I apologize. 2 people called in on the same line. Here he comes. Hello, Ben. Are you there?
Yes, Sean.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody else called in, and I tried to put them on hold. That was TJ. If you can wait till after Ben, and then we'll have you on next. I'm sorry I can't take 2 calls at once, guys. Anyways, Ben, you were telling us what a CP is, I believe?
No. CLUIB.
Oh, CLUIB. Yes.
Yes, CLUIB is what it is where my attorney and the government and the FBI or the prosecution, they make a deal, and then we take it to the judge. So the judge will accept it. We'll ask the judge to accept that deal where the government sentenced me, not the judge. Where in my case it's 33 months. That's what it is.
So it's kind of a done deal. The judge has no power to go above or below. It's already been already been worked out.
Yes, it's been worked out.
That happens a lot in state courts. I didn't know the federal system allows that.
Because they almost never do it. In their case, they were not sure about their case where, look, it was really, I had a 50% chance of winning this case. And, that's a lot of chance in federal court.
Right.
And when you go to federal court, you're looking at, 5% to 10% chance of beating the case?
In my case, less than that, but 3% chance of winning.
Yeah. Yes. So my case was very strong, and I sincerely didn't think that they want to fight it. So they came to us and said, look, we're going to give you a CLUIB, because the issue with my judge is she is a woman, and she is extremely vicious when it comes to sentencing. Like, she'll just open up that guideline, the sentencing chart, and she'll just look at it and say, 7 years. So it's somewhere in between. So it's like if the minimum is
a hanging judge, right?
Yes, she does not even care. She'll just throw a 10-year sentence for a traffic stop. She won't even care.
And this takes away her power?
This takes away her power. However, she has the power to not accept this plea. And
okay.
That's where where somebody like yourself or a strong pre-sentencing, or it comes into play to make this judge to accept this plea, because she may just simply say, 33 months? No way, I will not take anything less than, let's say, 70 months. So that's where the challenge is in my case.
Okay. So
the problem is, and the problem is, as funny as it may sound, I'm a returning customer, so I kind of violated.
Oh, that's not good for this judge. Yeah, she's going to look at that.
Yeah. Yes. So, it really, in the first case, I don't want to say it because I think it's a waste of energy, but I was sincerely innocent. But the issue was a mistake that I made, which I spoke to you before, and I really hope that I can share this with whoever is listening, is that when you get indicted and you go out there and you hire this attorney that is willing to fight a federal case with $15,000, I'll tell you what, you are in for a ride.
Yeah,
guess what?
I'll bet.
You're going to lose. Because any attorney that tells you that you're going to go, that he or she is going to go and fight the federal government of the United States of America for $15,000, guess what? You're going to take a plea.
Yeah.
And that's the fact of it. So on my first case, I had a guy like that, and so it didn't work out. But this time, in the town that I'm in, I got the top guy for a stupid case, which mine is, I don't want to say it because I'm not listening, but it's the dumbest case you have ever seen in the federal history, probably. And my bill was almost $200,000.
Wow.
That's where the fear of and the prosecutor has fought with this attorney that I have 2 or 3 times on major cases in my town. And the funny thing is, yes, they have won, but they have won 1 or 2 counts out of the 20 or 30 that they have charged the other individual. And as you know, a federal prosecutor, if they even lose 1 count, they cannot keep their head high on the hallways of that courthouse. So that was one of the reasons that out of the 9 or 10 accounts that I had, they knew they were going to lose 5 or 6 of them. So that's why they gave me a deal. That's what it was.
Right.
So I sort of make that sure. However, on my first case, which happened 3 years before this judge, my sentence, that's what I shared with your previous gentleman, I forgot his name, that he's getting sentenced tomorrow. And my thing was, they told me because my original attorney, the $15,000 guy, the I don't want to call him stuff, but the guy that the ripoff, he told me, and he was right because he knew that this judge, when you go before her, all she wants to hear is that I am guilty and I am sorry. So when I went before this judge, and I know I'm not guilty. I know it's just like, I have to take this plea because I'm forced into it. But what I've done, and it really worked to my favor, was the words were not coming out of my mouth. So when I went up there, all I was saying, Your Honor, I knew I couldn't breathe. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I said that, and it got to the point that she just like, I know you're sorry. You got to say something else. So
Sure.
he's like, just go talk to your attorney. So I'm turning around, talking to my attorney, and my attorney kind of told me what to say, and I come back and I still say almost the same thing. That that fear, she kind of got the message of how sorry I was. So I know that day she was going to sentence me to 10 months in prison for a wire fraud, for conspiracy to wire fraud. But because she saw that sincerity and the fear and the sorrow and that the words were not coming out, she only gave me a month. So I figured maybe this will be beneficial to the gentleman.
But that was then, and this is now, and I hate to say, but it looks like you didn't learn your lesson.
It's yes and no. In my case, it's different. It was really a different case. I don't want to get into it, but
right.
I don't want to say I'm not guilty. I mean, something has happened, but my case is more political. With they're trying to burn me to save somebody else. That's what it is. So
when is your big day of sentencing?
My sentence is in December.
December. So you got a few months. Yeah.
I got a few months.
Are you going to speak to the judge, or you're just going to let the lawyers handle everything? You're going to be quiet. What's going to what?
I will most likely have to.
Really?
And yes, I will have to. And this time, I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I'm going to say what I need to say. And because I have nothing to lose because I know what I'm getting.
Do you want? Do you maybe want to practice with us right now? What you're going to say to the judge on that sentencing day?
No, because I'm not going to be apologizing up there. I'm going to apologize for violating. I'm going to apologize for things I shouldn't have done. But also, I know I've been abused by the government. I'm still being abused by the government. So there's certain things that I'm going to reveal that I know the government doesn't want to hear.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here because, that kind of attitude you have right there could persuade the judge to disagree with your plea deal. I'm just saying, if you don't have any remorse for anything that you did, you're getting sick. Well, see, it doesn't sound like it's. I'm not convinced you do right now, and I'm just going to give you tough love like I gave the other guy. You haven't convinced me that you have any remorse.
No. Well, because not the judge. I'm just trying to explain. To you
right. I'm playing devil's advocate.
I have violated. No, I have violated. I will let her know. I have violated her probation. I have done certain things I shouldn't be doing, and but the other stuff that the government is doing is not a happy thing. And I'm telling you, the government is not going to let her not take it because they know they're going to have an uphill battle fighting you, especially with this attorney, and they don't really have much of a strong case because the steep plea almost never happens. Steep plea is something that.
How did you get this? If it never happens, why are you so lucky to get this?
Because, as I mentioned to you, my case was a good 50% chance, and the government knew that they're gonna lose a lot of counts, and they want to sweeten the pie. And they knew my attorney will not think twice for taking things to trial. They knew he's the real deal, and I think that's essential, because guess what? I don't care who these attorneys are or what kind of big name they have. 99.9% of them, they are afraid of federal court, and they almost never seen a jury trial in federal case.
Yeah, it's rare to find a lawyer that's actually been to a jury trial that's taken a case all the way to jury in the federal system.
Yes.
Yeah, most.
But the funny thing is, I can tell you just like 4 or 5 cases this year alone that this man has fought in federal case, and he got great results.
Well, here's the thing: if you do win in the federal court, guess what? In about a year or two from now, they're coming at you with brand new charges. They don't just let it go. They hold a grudge, and they will come back at you, and they will dig. If you own a business, and they will find some dirt on you, and it may be different charges. It may be 3 years later, but they are going to get you. You are in their book now. They don't just let that go.
That's why I'm taking this deal, because I know the government must.
Yeah.
And the only when you look at the statistics, I think last year or out of the 17,000 or 16,000 cases that they had, only 320 people won. And guess what? The people that are winning is.
And if you ask the people who won 5 years from now, they're back in court again on something else, on other charges.
Exactly. And also the other thing is, the people that win are not necessarily criminals. Like, let's say these guys went camping in some national park, and the guy just throws a cigarette butt or just got into all school.
Well, that's zone A. That's minor stuff. They will let some of that go.
Yeah. But technically, yes, the government of the United States, which means the FBI, the Fed, always will win, and no matter what.
Listen, Ben, I do want to thank you for your call. I know TJ's been trying to call in. Tom, do you have anything you'd like to say to Ben? Because, Ben, I'm going to have to let you go and let TJ call in. Tom, I'm going to give it to you.
Ben, it sounds like you're doing well. Sounds like you're sort of processing your situation and coming to terms with it.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I really am. It's very hard because, and I've been taking a lot of medication. There's been a lot of, I've been very upset. Just for a year, I thought I'm going to fight this case, and I'm ready to fight it. I'm ready to testify, and suddenly, things change, and I have to take a plea, and they're telling me I'm going to jail. So that's why I had to go and get on a lot of medication to calm me down. So
I understand totally. I was the same way.
Please, guys, and one thing I'd like to return to everybody, when you go through this, go see a psychologist or psychiatrist. It's okay to take some medication to calm you down, because you can make better decisions. And I did that before. I want to do that, but in the past month that I've been taking it, because I lost about 50 pounds. And I was 210. I went down to 159.
That's great.
But because of the medication that I took, and these are Schedule 5 drugs, they're not something that they will make you addicted. Just some things that will calm you down. That brought the.
No, you're smart, Ben, to get some therapy and get some assistance with the stress.
Yeah.
The stress is almost unbearable, and you need help. Everyone should get help with the stress, because if you haven't been through this will be the worst nightmare of your life, and it will take a heavy toll. Ben, God bless and good luck to you. Thanks for calling in.
One other thing I'd like to add, I'm sorry, guys. One other thing I'd like to add, because I experienced this in the past 4 years. I think that was the best decision I made. I mean, when you get indicted, just please, what I suggest, that they should, whoever that person is, they should be watching every video or every segment on YouTube. They should be studying related to a case. You want to hear everybody talk. You want to be a master of it. When the sentencing time comes, you need to know everything. And I'm so grateful for you guys and also YouTube. You know, they should have watched everything. I mean, that's what I probably have watched a good 500 to 1,000 hours of stuff on YouTube.
Oh, no, knowledge is so valuable when you're in that federal system. Yes.
Yeah, because your attorneys, I don't care how good they are, a lot of stuff they don't know. I am training my attorney, and he said, look, Ben, when you come out, you are going to be my advisor. I have challenged him on things that he's like, wait a minute, like, you know, he didn't even know. And I learned it from like somebody like you that have been, you guys have been through the system and these lives or videos that are on YouTube.
Right. Right.
Yes.
All right, Ben.
Okay,
I thank you very much.
Thank you
I do
so
got
much.
2 more people that want to get on here before we call it.
Thank you.
So thank you very
You
much.
got it.
So TJ, if
Thank
you
you.
want to call back, and Benny too. I don't know if both of you guys are on here. Thanks again, Ben. TJ, if you want to call in right now, I hope you hung out there, hung in with us. But if you'd like to call now, I can answer, TJ. I couldn't take 2 calls at once, so I'll give it a few minutes. We'll hopefully TJ calls in. And Benny too, we want to help you, Benny. I put this number here. You can reach me at this number, Benny, or the 415 number. It's also underneath my video. Benny, you give us a call. We want to help you through this process, okay? Tom, what's going on with what do you think so far tonight? How we been doing?
I think we're doing good. I think we need to focus a little more of the conversations, but I think we've done real well.
Okay. I think we really did help Vladimir out there tomorrow. And so, guys, you know,
Vladimir
we
got
can
a
do
lot
this.
of coaching.
Yeah. So I coached him on Zoom privately, guys. So this is one of the services we provide is we role play. I'll be the judge. You'll be the client. We'll switch. I'll be the client. You be the judge. I'm going to tell you the bad, I'm going to be the bad client, the guy, Your Honor, I don't care. Throw me the book. I don't care. I'm going to come back to prison anyways. I'm going to give you the bad ways to do it, the medium ways to do it, the okay ways, and then I'm going to give you my best experience on how because I ended up getting 2.5 years cut off my sentence. And if you want to give me a call, I can tell you about that too. But there are ways that you can upset the judge. There are ways that you can make the judge just listen to you. And if you can reach that human side. Now, judges sit there all week long. They hear cases. You're just a number. You're a face. But there is a human part of that judge, and it's hard to reach. But we're all human. Now, the judge is never going to have sympathy for you. Okay, they're trained not to have sympathy for you. But if you can reach that human part of the judge that's actually going to listen to you and say, I think this guy's actually learned their lesson, and maybe I don't need to be so hard on them. I'm going to punish you. You're going to go to prison, but I don't need to give you 10 years now. You've kind of proven to me that you've learned your lesson, and maybe with the 5 years I'll give you instead of 10 years, it'll be enough where you can come back and actually make a contribution to society. That's what you want to convince the judge. Okay? And if you can reach that part of the judge, and it's not easy to do, and I can't guarantee that I can teach you this, but I know that I reached that judge. The judge told me I was complicated in the beginning, and she took me from a category 4 to a category 1, and it took 2.5 years off my sentence, and then gave me the low end. And the prosecutor did not like that. The judge said, this is my courtroom, and I make the decisions, and I'm giving Mr. Cowgill 52 months. They wanted to give me 72 months. So, 20 months off my sentence. And that's a big deal. And I can help you coach through. So can Tom. We have a lot of services available for you guys. So you can call this number here on the screen or the 415 number. And I'm hoping TJ can call in. Tom, can you tell the people maybe what we can help them out with too, if anybody's still listening? Because it's been over an hour. But we do have 7 people in the room.
I think we probably run the course of anyone's attention span, Sean, with an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's do a second show where we really get into all the services, because that's really going to take some time to go down the whole list of services that we have.
Yeah, Tom, would you be willing to commit to a once a week hour that we do this every week?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You want to come up with a time now? We can tell anybody here that's watching the video later. Do you want to do Tuesday nights at 7? What's good
I'm going to have to think about it, look at my schedule and make sure, because I got, as you know, we have several commitments already that you and I are both involved in. And then I'm
Me
taking
and
that
Tom
class.
we do a rosary prayer meeting on Wednesday, guys. And everybody if you're Catholic out there, so it's a Catholic rosary prayer meeting, and everyone in there is involved in the prison system one way or another. Some of them are mentors with thresholds, and they help people coming out of prisons. They visit people in prison. Some have family members. Some have been to prison. And we're all Catholics, and we do a prayer meeting every Wednesday. And if you'd like to join us, that's tomorrow night. Please contact me, call me. My email, everything's underneath. If you are a Catholic and you'd like to participate in our weekly Wednesday night, it's on Zoom. And like I said, everyone in there is kind of involved in the prison system one way or another. They've have family members, or they've been to prison, or they go to prison and they help people. We'd love to have you join our weekly rosary prayer meeting. So just contact me. The number and everything's underneath all my videos, my phone number, my email, everything, or the number on the screen. Okay.
That
I
should
guess we
cover
probably
it for
lost.
tonight, John.
What's that?
I think we lost the other two, and if we come up with another time, we can contact them and get them to call in.
Yeah, there is 8 people in the room, but probably TJ gave up. I do appreciate everyone who is listening right now. I think we're gonna wrap it up though, guys. But I got a new comment. Nick Schlafman. Thanks for everything, guys. I've been on pretrial for 3.5 years, getting sentenced next month. So I was 4 years on pretrial. How long were you, Tom?
2 years.
2 years. So we understand, Nick. So, Nick, the number's underneath my videos. It's on the screen. Nick, we'd love to help you out. If you need any help, you're getting sentenced next month. So I don't know how long you've been watching the show, but tonight we've been getting people prepared to speak to that judge on sentencing day. Nick, Nick, thanks for joining. And Nick, anything, my name is Sean Cowgill. This is Tom, and anything we can do to help you, Nick, give us a call. We really want to help you get a better outcome at your sentencing day. Nick, since you're on pretrial, I'm guessing because you're talking to us, do you know if you're going to a camp or low security? And do you have any idea what your guidelines are, your sentencing guidelines, and your custody level? Anything like this your lawyer has told you, let me know. Because I can also help you out with your classification for your custody level. So there's 2 different numbers you need to know in the federal system, guys. There's your sentencing guideline number, and that's from 0 to 32. I believe anything 33 or above, you're going to a penitentiary for life. But if you've got a number like 24, I did 52 months. He's saying level 19. I don't have my chart with me, but I'm thinking that's around 3 years maybe. Do you know your custody level? Level 19. But Nick, I don't know if you know that you have a custody level, sentencing level. So your sentencing level or your sentencing guideline level tells you how much time you're going to get. But your custody level tells you if you're going to go to a camp, low security, a medium, or a penitentiary. Most lawyers, I still have yet to find one that can help you with your classification level to find out what kind of prison you're going to. So I'd love to help you out with that. Nick, your lawyer may have told you you're going to a camp, but do you know your custody level? You need 11 points or less to go to a camp. You need 12 to 16 to go to a low security. You need 17 to 21 to go to a medium, and 22 and above, you go to the penitentiary. I don't know if you know your custody level number. Non-violent, but see, I'm probably going to a camp. So, Nick, I can help you out with that. It's going to take about 15 minutes questionnaire you need to know your category level before I can help you with that. Now, your lawyer knows that, but they don't know your classification level. That's your custody level to find out for sure if you go into a camp. I bet you'd like to know that, right, Nick? Who doesn't want to know for
John,
sure?
I gotta sign off. I got a dinner
Okay.
that they're calling me to my family.
All right.
But
I'm going to
a
send
great
up
program.
Nick, why don't you give me a call tomorrow? Nick, I'll put my phone number up right here on the screen too. So you don't have to look it up. Nick, so that's my phone number, Nick. Let me make sure. Let me get it on the screen here. So, Nick, if you give me a call tomorrow, Nick, I can help you out with that classification. We can find out for sure if you go into a camp. You probably have to call me after 4 in the afternoon because I'll be at work. But Nick, give me a call tomorrow evening, and I'd like to help you out to find out for sure if you're going to a camp. Yeah, we're getting ready to end this. He says, "Cool, thank you. I'll give you a call." Yeah, I'm Mountain Time, Nick. So if you call me after 4 o'clock tomorrow, because I'll be at work, I won't have my charts and all these. Because I have it's 11 questions, but the questions are complicated, and we go into different crimes and everything you got, and your age and all these things, all these different questions I'm going to ask you are all going to one's 2 points, one's 4 points, one's 3 points. If you self-surrender, you get -3 points. But you need 11 points or less to go to a camp. And I bet you'd like to know for sure. And I'll bet you any money your lawyer doesn't know how to do this. So this is one thing I do specialize in. Anyways, guys, I'm going to say goodnight too. Tom, thank you very much for being on the show. We'll be on here next week, guys. And you can catch my 300 videos out there on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share the video. And I have 300 videos, interviews with people going to prison, all kinds of questions about what prison life is like, how to calculate. All 300 videos, guys. So check out Federal Prison Talk. I thank all you guys. We're gonna call it a night. Tom, any final words?
Oh, I'm good. Good program. Thanks, John.
All right, guys. Yeah, I need to get sleep because I got to work in the morning. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.
God bless you all.
You bet.